You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. Police in Hazleton are investigating an attempted arson that happened Sunday morning. An unidentified suspect allegedly threw a glass bottle filled with gasoline, then set it on fire at a home in the 500 block of Arthur Street around 4 a.m. Luckily, no injuries were reported in this incident, and police are asking anyone with information to contact them at 570-459-4940. All calls will remain confidential. A 32-year-old man died during a crash Friday afternoon in Hazleton. Emergency responders were called to West Broad and North Vine Streets for a motor vehicle crash involving an SUV and a motorcycle. The motorcycle driver was found unresponsive in the middle of the roadway and was transported to a local trauma center where he was later pronounced dead. Police have identified him as Ariel Geraldino Mello from the Dominican Republic. According to witnesses, Geraldino Mello was riding the motorcycle erratically and ran through a traffic signal at a high rate of speed before colliding with the SUV. The driver of the SUV was also taken to an area hospital. 3 people from New Jersey died during a crash Saturday night in Carbon County. According to police, 30-year-old Brian Neeson was driving on Route 903 and attempted to turn left onto the turnpike. That's when a Jeep being driven by Brett Knoll of Jim Thorpe was traveling at an unsafe speed and collided with Neeson's vehicle. 2 of Neeson's passengers died at the scene, and another passenger was flown to Geisinger, where he later died as well. Knoll and Neeson were taken to Lehigh Valley Cedar Crest, but there's no word on their conditions at this time. A power outage caused the Luzerne County Courthouse to shut down today. County Manager Romilda Crocomo said the power went out around 8 this morning and was restored by noon. However, the courthouse remained closed because of issues with both the air conditioning and internet. The courthouse is expected to open back up for business on Tuesday. A Hazleton man was charged over the weekend for illegally carrying a firearm. Police conducted a traffic stop early Sunday morning in the area of Wyoming Street and Diamond Avenue. An investigation determined that 24-year-old Joseph Sotelo was in possession of a loaded 9mm handgun without a valid concealed license to carry. He was taken into custody and charged with firearms not to be carried without a license. Authorities in Schuylkill County are searching for a McAdoo man who failed to report to prison in 2019. 34-year-old Adam Lutz was charged with possession of a controlled substance and was sentenced to serve 9 to 23 months in prison. Lutz failed to surrender at the Schuylkill County Prison in December of 2019. He's described as a white male, around 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing about 140 pounds. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is being asked to call the DA's office at 570-628-1350 or the county tip line at 570-624-3988. All calls will remain confidential. A bizarre case of alleged animal cruelty is now under investigation in Wilkes-Barre by the SPCA of Luzerne County. Officials were called to the 200 block of Andover Street last Friday after receiving multiple complaints about the smell of cat urine. A neighbor caught footage of a search warrant being executed by both police and an SPCA animal cruelty officer. The cruelty officer was then seen bringing out multiple cats from inside the home. According to a Facebook post from Luzerne County Fire Companies, Animal Control alleges that 25 dead cats were found inside the home and that the residents were going to cremate them. That case is now being investigated by the Wilkes-Barre Health Department and the SPCA cruelty officer, but so far, no charges have been filed. State police in Frackville are investigating an incident that occurred over the weekend in Schuylkill County. 33-year-old Manuel Landazort of Hazleton was reportedly traveling south along Interstate 81 around 9 p.m. Saturday night when a gray-silver Ford Escape with a black rear bumper came up at a high rate of speed and struck the right rear corner of his vehicle. The driver of the Escape then allegedly accelerated again, striking the car a second time and almost causing Landauer to spin out. State police in Frackville are still attempting to locate the Ford Escape and identify the driver. Anyone with information on the incident is being asked to contact Trooper Edward Sanchez at 570-874-5300. Coming up on WYLN News, details and more on this year's Citizens Police Academy. Plus, who's Marty talking sports with this week? But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
My name is Alexander Bonomo. I'm 12 years old, and tomorrow's WYLN forecast is partly cloudy.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet trap and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-455-4251 extension 1378 for more information.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Solo Spaceman on WYLN TV 35. Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 4, Sundays at 9.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from Blaise Alexander Mazda, Greater Hazleton. Come check this out. It's the season of discovery. 2021 Mazda CX-30s, got them. 2021 Mazda CX-5s, got them too. 2021 Mazda CX-9, got them. 2021 Mazda CX-30 for 0.9% for 63 months. 2021 Mazda CX-5, 0.9% financing for 63 months. Blaise Alexander Mazda Greater Hazleton has inventory. Check them out at blaisemazdahazelton.com.
Bishop Joseph Bambera of the Diocese of Scranton released a statement today concerning the obligation to attend Sunday Mass. The bishop strongly recommends that all parishioners wear a mask while attending Mass, regardless of their vaccination status, as the global health crisis continues to linger. Those who have a serious health risk will not be obligated to attend Mass and can participate by watching televised or live-streamed Masses. The obligation to attend Mass begins August 15th within the Scranton Diocese. PSP Troop N's Community Services Unit will be hosting a free Citizens Police Academy at Penn State Hazleton's campus. Participants will meet each Monday night for 10 weeks from 6 to 8 p.m. beginning October 4th through December 6th. Students must attend at least 75% of the classes to be eligible to graduate and receive a certificate. PSP will also conduct a brief background investigation on interested applicants who must be 18 and up to apply and be a resident of Troop N's coverage area, which includes Lower Luzerne, Columbia, Carbon, and Monroe counties. Class size is limited to 40, and those interested have until September 20th to submit their application. Applications can be picked up at the Hazleton, Bloomsburg, Fern Ridge, Lehighton, or Stroudsburg barracks. Applicants can also email anpetrosky@pa.gov to request one electronically. Geisinger reinstated visitation restrictions at all of their hospital campuses due to the rise of COVID cases over the past few weeks. Hospitalized patients and patients in the ER are permitted 2 visitors only, and 1 visitor is permitted for outpatients. Outpatient appointments include certain surgeries, pediatrics, mental or behavioral health, primary care, and others. Masks must be worn by all patients, visitors, and employees in all Geisinger buildings and facilities, regardless of their COVID-19 vaccination status. The health system is also adjusting to a 50% capacity limit in waiting rooms and other public spaces like hospital cafeterias. To make a vaccine appointment or learn more about walk-in events, visit geisinger.org/COVIDvax or call 570-284-3657. Wyln's all-time OT hero Marty Burns has the in-depth analysis of what's happening on and off-season across our viewing area. Weatherly's dynamic alumni duo Emily and Scotty Zoshin are on this week, so let's talk sports. Here's part one.
Let's start off with college, and we'll start ladies first. So, Emily, how's the first couple years been at Lycoming playing basketball?
It's been awesome. I mean, it was a nice transition. Weatherly small, Lycoming small, so I really enjoyed that. I mean, freshman year was awesome. The girls were really great. We had a lot of seniors that stepped up with the freshmen, including myself, so they were great to have. Sophomore year was a little difficult with COVID, right. But you know, that was a great year. We were quarantined a lot together just to come together. We were teammates and we became more of a family, which helped a lot because we were all going through it together. But I'm really excited for junior year and, you know, have a full season and hopefully things start going back to normal.
And Scotty, you had the luxury this year of graduating from Weatherly. Now you're going to be heading to East Stroudsburg. What drew you to East Stroudsburg and to the cross-country and track programs?
Well, the coach, I really fell in love with the coach. He was a great guy. You know, we became pretty good buddies. He would call me on the phone a lot, seemed very genuine. And I'm going for exercise science too, so they have a great program there for that as well. And I was talking to a couple of the guys on the team too, and they seemed a really good group of guys. Reminded me of the team we had at Weatherly, so.
Coming up on Springtown's News Choice, the Hazleton Children's Festival is back this year, and we've got all the details in Community and You. Plus, who's leading the way this week? Stay with us and find out.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Jura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazleton, 570-454-7229.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Go hog wild for Iron Pigs Baseball. WYLN is televising the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs live. America's favorite pastime on your local network, WYLN TV 35. See the Stars of Tomorrow at Coca-Cola Park. Don't miss any of the games here on WYLN TV 35. Visit WYLNTV.com for a complete Iron Pigs schedule. Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs on WYLN, your home for live sports.
There's
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet trap and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-455-4251 extension 1378 for more information.
Hi, I'm Marty Burns, host of a new show here on WYLN, Let's Talk Sports. We're going to talk between our basketball and football seasons. We're going to talk to coaches, guests about past seasons, events coming up, different types of things sports related. It's all going to be here on Let's Talk Sports, and you'll be able to see it here on WYLN.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Community and You here on WYLN. We are talking today about an event coming to Community Park. Lauren's going to be talking to us about that event. It's going to be for the benefit of kids, correct? So why don't we start off? Tell us a little bit about the event itself.
Sure. So this idea started in 2019 between my sister-in-law and I, and we were talking about how it's kind of difficult to find out what's available for kids here in the Hazleton area. So with her and I discussing that, we decided to kind of come up with a one-stop shop. So the festival is designed for parents to come out and kids and other, all the family members, and to kind of see what's available for kids here in our community. So it could be things like different doctor's offices or extracurricular activities. And then they're encouraged to kind of engage with each vendor, because every vendor is going to offer a free children's activity. So it kind of allows for maybe, for instance, there's a karate demo that's going to be there. So maybe you wouldn't have thought to sign your kid up for karate, but they actually get to go try it and decide maybe it's something they want to pursue or not. So that's the main focus of why it was designed. There's also like community and like county run programs that are there. So that definitely helps parents, because sometimes you don't really know how to sign up or where you even start. As far as kids, there are fun things that are coming, but we're also having a lot of free activities. So it will not cost the parents anything to bring their kids. There's going to be bounce houses, an obstacle course, a petting zoo, pony rides, a caricature artist, and that's all included just to come out and have fun. So I think that's really awesome. And that's so thank you, to all of our sponsors. I mean, that's what makes it really possible.
And bringing this all together, I know that, and it's always something that we have to talk about nowadays, because there was obviously a gap and some difficulties planning this event again.
Yeah.
Tell us about the process to bringing it back and putting it all together.
Sure. So last year we had to kind of cancel the event and then switch gears. So we ended up doing Hazleton Power Food and Vendor Showcase. So we spread people out in the park, and it was done kind of successfully. But this year we really wanted to get back into what we're actually here for and our purpose. So again, just with social distancing again, masks encouraged if you get too close to somebody, and then there will be like hand wash stations. So for instance, if you go on the obstacle course, we really hope that when they get off, they'll wash their hands, just because they'll all be touching the same surfaces.
And for people who are interested in this event, where can they find all this information out, kind of look into it and see what's about?
Sure. So right now you can go over to our Facebook page. So we're actually hosted through Hazleton Power. So you can go onto our Facebook page and you will find it. It'll also be several ads in like the newspaper and such, with more of a breakdown of what's going to actually be there. So again, it's on Sunday, August 29th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Hazel Township Community Park.
And for people watching, it's always nice to give them a little kind of a reach out to them. So for the kids watching, for the parents watching, what would you say to a parent who's thinking, on the fence, or saying, oh, maybe, I'm not sure whether my kid needs to go to this kind of thing. We can figure it out ourselves. Why is this important for parents and for kids?
I think it's important, just even if, you might have had a busy summer and this is just one last fun thing to do, plus learning things. One of the two things that are really cool that I forgot to mention is the state police are going to be bringing their helicopter, and so will Medevac Lehigh Valley's helicopter. The times aren't confirmed yet, but I mean, when do you get to be that close and see something like that,
Absolutely, yeah. And for kind of, if you could, for anybody who's watching, any experiences, any stories that you have from the event in times past?
So one of my favorite stories, at least, was I was talking to one of our vendors that came out and was like kind of skeptical, I think, the first year. And at the end of the night, he pulled me to the side and he said that kids were saying that this was their favorite day of the summer, all, you know, for them. So that was like super important to me to continue to keep it moving because of how much fun, you know, there wasn't, you know, I know life's expensive. You do all these different fairs and festivals and it costs a ridiculous amount of money. So for them to just be able to come and just not worry about it, just get in line, have fun, like that was super important to me.
And one last time, for all those people watching, that information to whether it is just to research or whether it is to get in contact and schedule something or when the event is.
Sure. So again, you're going to check out our Facebook page, which is under Hazleton Power. And then again, you can check out our website. That's also hazletonpower.org. And it'll be in the newspaper. And again, it is Sunday, August 29th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Hazel Township Community Park.
All right. August 29th, Hazel Township Community Park. Bring the kids, get excited, and come on out. Lauren, thank you so much for talking with us.
Thank you.
And thank you, folks, for joining us here on Community and You on WYLN.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from Blaise Alexander Greater Hazleton Buick GMC on Route 93. Want a great deal on this GMC? Come on down to Route 93. This is the sexiest sport utility on the market, GMC Acadia AT4U. And you wanted pre-owned cars? We've got the largest selection of pre-owned inventory in the area. Whether you guys are looking for a Buick Envision or the smaller Encore GX, this ain't your father's Buick anymore. You want a great deal on a Buick? Come to Blaise Alexander Greater Hazleton and see why we take the deals the other guys won't.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, Dr. Alex, we have Elaine Inama with us. She's going to talk about how being an aerobic instructor took its toll on her body and how chiropractic helped even her sore feet. So stay tuned.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35. WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the Children's Programming Report is on file for public inspection at WYLN 1057 East 10th Street in Hazleton, Pennsylvania during normal business hours. To view the report online, visit fcc.org.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Weatherly Mayor Paul Hadzik's leading the way to kick off this week's series.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Leading the Way, where we explore the backstories of those paving NEPA towards a better future. This week we are joined by the Mayor of Weatherly, Paul Hadzik. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, and thank you for inviting me to your show.
Of course. So we'll begin where we always start, at the beginning. Tell us about growing up, where you grew up, and what life was like growing up for Paul.
Well, back in 1955 when I was born at Hazleton St. Joseph Hospital, which no longer exists. And I lived in Weatherly all my life, so that's 66 years and a month or two. And growing up in Weatherly was a always nice. The people were all friendly, and I came from a big family of 6, 3 brothers and 2 sisters. My mom and dad worked hard. We never had a lot of things, but we made use of what we did have. In my early years, when I was allowed to play biddy basketball, I played biddy basketball my whole career, I should say, in biddy basketball. And then I played junior high basketball, and after that, I was the outstanding 8th grade student, and I was a straight A student up until 8th grade. And after that, being a freshman, well, we only had 7 boys, so then I had 7 people to choose from. But after that, I still played basketball. High school was 9th grade through 12 because Weatherly School District is very small, one of the smallest in the state. And I went to the old high school, and I played in the old gym. I played for people like Cy Fulton, and we had a couple parks. We had Uranda Park, we had Tweedle Park. Tweedle Park was privately owned by a private association. Uranda Park was owned and operated by Weatherly Borough. And actually, when I graduated, I went to the borough, and I worked as the park manager for 3 years while I was going to night school to get a college degree because my parents actually couldn't afford it. So, but originally, March of 1973, the year I graduated, and I was only 17 yet because June 1st didn't show up, so I was always one of the younger guys, even though I looked like I was 50. I was drafted, and right before we graduated, they stopped the draft, but since I did get drafted and I had 2 older brothers, one in the Navy and one in the Marine Corps, I thought, I'm going to choose the Army. So I took all kinds of testing for helicopter training because back in '73, the Vietnam War was going on, and you didn't have to have a college degree. I think a warrant officer was allowed to become a pilot.
Check back tomorrow, folks, as Paul continues leading the way into part 2 of this week's segment. Good night.
That's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page, YouTube page, or at WYLNTV.com. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.